The things you will do for your children are immeasurable. There's so many things along the way, along the journey, that are unexpected, that are expected, and a lot of times you just have to go with the flow. You just got to do it, right? So I just shot a wedding this morning with Mackenzie, a local one. It was a quick wedding. It was a ceremony that was at 11 a.m., which is unheard of. And I was done at 2, and I got back home. This morning, Babs and Taylor left for Indiana. They left at 5 a.m., 6-hour drive up there for a soccer game today and a soccer game tomorrow. Taylor's final 2 soccer games of her playing career as a youth player, right? Because next step is off to college. We're graduated from high school, and next step is off to college. Essentially, soccer's done. Like, we've played for 13 years now, and that chapter closes tomorrow. Alright, so we just got a flood warning. This is a lot of rain. There are some good sized cells we're going to drive through on our way. Wow. This is a lot of rain. And I got home and I'm like, I'm gonna miss the final page. It's like reading a book and you get to the last page and you don't read it, right? You just close the book. I couldn't let it happen. So, I mean, I looked online at airfare. The only thing out of Knoxville was $1,200. That wasn't gonna happen, obviously. Rental car, every rental car place is closed. It's a Saturday. They closed at 2. So I couldn't get a rental car. I was like, well, you know what? I mean, I could always tow her car back, right? If I could just get up there. 5-hour drive is no big deal for me. Like, I've driven across this country I don't know how many times. My father-in-law was like, hey, like, duh, Uncle has a car trailer that he used to get cars back and forth across the country. Like, why don't you just go use that? Got the car trailer, threw it on the back of the car, and we're headed to Indiana right now. We'll probably get there about 10 p.m. tonight. I'm sure the girls will be asleep, but I'll be there to see and read the final page tomorrow. And the whole hazards in the rain has got to stop. Y'all, like, you don't need to turn on your hazards when it starts downpouring. The purpose of your hazards on your vehicle are to signal to oncoming cars that your car is disabled and they need to avoid it. You don't turn them on when it starts raining, because guess what? That hazard's present to all of us. We all know it's raining, and we all have lights on our vehicles, and we can see the lights. Blinking lights is a universal hazard that there is a disabled vehicle up ahead and you need to avoid it, or a disabled something that is not moving like you are and it needs to be avoided. mean, for most parents, your goal is to be involved with your kids as much as possible. You enjoy your children. You enjoy their activities. You want to be a part of it. You want to be present. I'm not going to miss it, you know? So there's so many steps throughout life, and especially when you're a parent with kids, that you don't quite realize the end is happening, or the end did just happen. Dang, that's the last time they played with Sally. Or this is the last time we went to the park and and they played on the swings. This is the last time they lost a tooth. This is the last dance recital they ever had. And we don't know those things until we're well past that, and we think back, hey, do you remember? That was the last time we did that. We didn't even realize that. But I've become more aware of everything going on as far as the girls go, now that they're not kids anymore. So missing the last soccer game after, I mean, for Babs and I, after we invested so much time and energy and just all those days, I think back to, I got home at 5 or 6 p.m. and the last thing I wanted to do was get back in the car, go to a soccer field, sit there for an hour and a half, get fast food dinner, come home, dead tired, fall asleep, wake up, do it all over again. But I wouldn't trade a bit of it right now, looking back. Because of all the memories, all the fun, all the adventures, all the pain, the sorrow, the money, that it all doesn't matter. Every single bit of it was worth it. So one thing I always promised myself as a parent was that I was going to be there and be present in my kid's life. Through thick and thin, ups and downs, didn't matter. I was going to be present. Alright, we're in Indiana, about 40 minutes outside of Indianapolis. They're staying in East Indy. Babs knows I'm coming, obviously, but Taylor doesn't. It's crazy that it's 9:15 and it's this light out. Like, it was a gorgeous sunset. But it is just bright as can be. And it is just, I love just driving across. I like driving across the country. It is just gorgeous. There's all these water towers. You see all these cool little towns. And I was just thinking, I definitely could have stayed home. I had stuff to do at home. There was stuff I wanted to work on the shed. There's vlogs I needed to edit. You know what? I was like, it's 5 hours. Let me drive up there to, what's your worth, right? What's your time worth? What do you want? What's your priority? And spending 5 hours to drive up here to see the final game tomorrow, that is more rewarding and more of a priority than anything else in my life right now. So yeah, that 5 hours could have been editing. It could have been working on the shed, and that would have progressed me in other areas. But this is what took precedent. This was the priority, and I'm so glad that I just was like, you know what? It literally was a 10-minute decision, and I'm like, I'm out. Like, I'm just going. My shoes are so muddy from getting that trailer. I've got an extra pair in the back. I don't even care. We're here for less than 24 hours and we're turning around and going home. But I'm going to see my daughter's last game. I was just talking about it. I just went live on YouTube for a little bit. 13 years of this. 13 years of soccer. Starting in AYSO and halftime and orange slices and bringing snack duty and refs and coaching, and then moving into club soccer and just practice after practice after practice, hours and hours, traveling, hotels, airfare, gas, food, lodging, entertainment, amusement. It's non-stop. And there's probably so many videos where I can go back, I complained about stuff. And right now on this drive, as I'm driving and thinking about it all, I'm soaking it all in, and I wouldn't trade any of it. I would not trade anything that has gone on thus far, because I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss this. It's been our life for 13 years with both girls. This has been all we've known. And that comes to an end tomorrow. so I don't want to miss it. But I do want to get to the hotel because I do have to go to the bathroom and I don't want to stop right now. My throat's really dry and I don't want to drink anymore because I gotta pee. Alright, let's go surprise some people. Is there room on this bed for me?
No.
No?
Hello.
I can't snuggle my little girl?
No.
Oh.